So here, if you go to Windows and under brush, okay, you have this palette that come up, right? And if you click on these small uh, those arrows, okay, sorry, not arrows. There you go. Okay, on these three things there. Okay, if you click on that and you scroll down, you have this open brush library, and then here you have different types of brush that you can use, right? So for example, I go to the decorative and banners and seals. Okay, I get something like this. Okay, from here I can choose a brush. So if, for example, I choose this one, banner 2. So you can see what happens there on the screen. So if I do not want that, I want this brush, basic brush. Then you just made a frame. Or if you want, you can get something like that or like this. Okay, depending on what you want. And then there's so many other brush options. You can get the image brush library there. Okay, and the good thing about this, if I go and select the direct selection tool, okay, and double click, I can then adjust as well, and the design will follow, right? So similarly, what we have next there is, okay, the rectangle tool, okay? So the same thing with the rectangle tool. So I'll just delete this. If you click on the rectangle tool here, right? I click and drag. Okay, this is the rectangle tool. If I want to give it color, okay, I want to fill in color. So at the moment we just have that outline, right? So you can see here under appearance, we have fill, stroke, and opacity. Okay. Why we do not have any colors inside is if I click on this, it is showing fill, there's a stroke. That means there is no color inside. So if I select a color, say this, now it has a color. Okay. So if I zoom in, you will see it is red and then it has a black outline, right? That we call stroke. If you want a thicker outline, you can choose the size. Okay, the stroke size. You can go up to 100 point. Okay, PT is point. Or if you want it to be narrow, you can go to 0.2. Or if you want no stroke, you select and click on that. There is no stroke. Alright. So that is on color. How you can go choose about the colors. Okay, if you do not have the color that is there in the swatch, you can go and fill in the colors here. The CMYK. For example, say I want a color, say light purple, and you do not know the CMYK value of it. Just go to Google and find it, okay? So light purple CMYK. Okay, so here you'll find the color. Okay, let's go with the second one, okay? 507000. So here I go click, go into the colors. So 507000. There. So we get that purple, right? So if um don't be scared if you're not sure of anything. Okay, if the color is not there or the shade you are looking for it's not there, just go to Google, find the values, it is all there, and just fill it in, it will give you the color, right? And if you choose from here, from this left side, to double click, you also have this code, okay? That's called a hexa code. Each color has a code. Say, for example, I say gold code, okay? So gold has code is FFD 700. So just copy it there and then paste it there and click OK. There. It kind of looks yellow, but yeah, they, they've given gold as this color, right? So it has the RGB values as well. Okay, so this is the RGB values. This is the CMYK values. So wherever it is, you should be fine in getting your different types of colors. The same thing applies in Photoshop. Okay, exactly the same thing applies in Photoshop if you're looking for colors. And if you have this color, if not, well, you can click on to color swatch, yeah, and you can save it. Right, it will show you somewhere there. Right.
Sorry, sir. Could you
Yeah.
show again how to get the window with the hexacode? The
Oh,
panel with that.
so you can see on the left hand side you have the color option,
Yeah.
right? Right. So make sure you have your whatever you want to color selected first, right? So in this case, we want the rectangle to be filled in color, right? So we'll double click on that. You'll get your color picker.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So,
You get the
yeah.
color pick. So from here, from Google or wherever you want, you can get your color, your hexacode. So you can just search for it. I go okay, lavender. Okay, this is the color code. I'll just copy it from there. I'm just pasting it there and click OK. There.
Yeah. Okay.
And I like light purple. So that is
Yeah,
when, yeah.
yeah, I have actually like seen one of the graphic designer, like I've seen a lot of those Illustrator videos where they make a small color palette and put it on top of their
Yes,
page
yes,
and just
yes.
I don't
What they do is
Uh,
that is for your reference. If please feel free to do it like that as well. You don't have to go and look for the colors. Okay. Yes. Most of the professionals, what they do, they create a color palette. So what they'll do is with small rectangles, okay, they'll have it on the side, and then it's just for your quick reference. With that many colors you use, you can just double click and then just select your color. So for this one, and this is
so
also
but
good, like, sorry.
why? Well, like what's the purpose?
See, what happens is, say for example, Coca-Cola, right? What is
Hmm.
their color, brand color,
Red,
and
black, okay. Coca-Cola, black and red.
hmm, it's black and white, okay?
Oh, black and white.
Coca-Cola, right? So what they do is each company they have a specific like these people they are very much serious about their brand. So that
Hmm.
red, it's not any red. It must be having a specific color code, like what we said, the hexa code, the RGB values.
Hmm.
Okay. Say for FNU, we have this dark blue that we use. Okay. we have this dark blue and this white that we use. That is our brand color, right? For Jack, they have that green kind of thing. So what they do is for them to go and get the RGB values all the time, they have that there on their work file. So you don't have to go and look at the, like if I have to go and select another triangle, right? And if this is some other color, I do not have to go again look for the, like go to Google and look for that value again, copy and paste. I have it in reference. Next time when I close and save this, okay, I'll have that same values here. Okay, and these also what they do is this is a reference point for the printing press. Okay, they also want to get to know the shade that they are using. So before printing, they do want your, when they get their the most of the printing press, they will also want your work file, right? But some they do it, or some what they do, they lock for everything, almost everything, then they give it, right? So what they would do is they would want to find out that you what, like this color is, to getting the exact color or not, because this is kind of like a lavender we can see here, right? It has a specific hexacode. If they print, it might come dark purple or a big dark, okay, or something like that, okay, a bit darker. So it might not, they might not agree with the color. The company might not agree. Okay, so they are very specific on the colors they use. So it's basically for them for reference. Not sure if I can. So we have so you, okay, so we have different types of logos, right? So this is FNU, that is horizontal. This is a logo that we use for a small logo, right? They had changed the logo before. Like before we had this logo. Okay. Anybody can tell me the difference between this one and this one? Two difference that we have that you can see.
Oh,
This
so
one.
that the FN is written in black, whereas this one is all in same color, I guess.
Yeah, the other one,
There's other.
yes, there's one more difference. You can see how the university is written in this one and how the university is written here. Here, university starts under F, and here, university starts under U,
Oh.
right? So that is the another change they had made. So that is how we differentiate which is the new logo, which is the old logo.
Okay.
All right. So that was on color. Please do have try how you can change color, and then if there's anything you can ask me. Next is, okay. So if I have, for example, have this, I give it no fill, and then I can give it a stroke, say black, and then again I go to Windows and brush, and I select this and zoom it in there. The same thing I can do with the rectangle, the circle. And then we have the polygon. You can choose something else. Borders. Let's see there. And the star. And the line was the same. All right. So you might have seen, I forgot to tell you something. You might have seen when you create, there is no rounded edge rectangle here. Okay. The reason is when you create a rectangle in Illustrator, yeah, when you create a rectangle in Illustrator, you can see these 4 dots here, these 4 dots. And then as soon as I take my cursor on that, you can see an arc appears underneath that, that arrowhead. Okay. And if I click on that drop and say drag it in, you can see I can adjust the amount of roundness I want in my rectangle. And then becomes your rounded edge rectangle. Right?
Mm.
So that is on rectangle tool, and same thing with the pencil tool. Okay, same thing. Please, examples are there. Now, what I would want you to do is go over the examples that are there. It gives you these steps to steps what you have to follow, and try these 2 tools. Okay, and with the help of selection and direct selection, you can adjust your design. Tomorrow we'll be looking at the the text tools.
Mm.
Sorry, type tool. Yeah, type tool. So here we will see how you can also type around or inside a object or a shape. Okay. Right? Any questions for today?
No, sir.
No. Okay, no, then please do go have and try this and see how it goes, right? And then you can ask me tomorrow if there's any questions, right?
Okay.
Um,